Hey guys, what's up? It's September 22nd, which means I'm 8 months on T now. Um, I accidentally had my friends shave my head last night, so that's always fun. I don't really like it. And it actually triggered a lot of weird emotions for me. Um, I felt like I was finally coming to terms, and appreciating my look again. Felt like I was starting to look male, and it felt really good to feel consistent in a lot of ways. My name and my gender pronoun are consistent with all of my friends and everybody at college. I'm back in college, by the way. And in the past 3 years I've been at college have not been easy. I haven't even had a consistent name or gender pronoun, and people have been calling me different things and treating me differently. And now it's like everything's consistent and it feels good. Um, and so I was finally feeling a little bit more consistent with my look as well, and I'm shaving constantly, and it's just like good to feel masculine. And then I kind of was, I don't know, last night I was with people and they had a little bit of their head shaved, and I was like, damn, like I remember the days when I used to control how I came off to people through my appearance and my performance, and my gender, I don't know, expression would be through my appearance, and it still is, obviously, but like I had to do it in order to communicate with people, and I still do, but now my body kind of talks for me, my voice talks for me, my face expresses my gender for me, and I don't really need to do it with my clothing and my hair and all that. So last night I was like, I don't feel like I look queer anymore, and they were like, yeah, and so we shaved my head, and it was this weird thing where I felt very uncomfortable because I didn't look like a queer female. I looked like a queer male. And to me, that expresses, it doesn't, like, I can no longer go back into that realm of being a queer female. Um, and that was interesting to think about. Anyway, it just brought up a bunch of old emotions of, like, visually trying to put off what my gender was or my sexual orientation or whatever. It's a little different now. Um, Speaking of that, I don't know, I'm having a lot of trouble. I feel like I'm not in a good place in terms of relationships and emotionally being okay. I have been trying to get back out and date, and I met somebody on one of the first nights I was back here at college who I've seen her around, but I haven't really, talked to her at all. I don't really know her. And we hit it off, and I guess hooked up. And she didn't reciprocate at all. It was like she wasn't even curious about my body, and or it was like she didn't want to go there, and that made me feel very strange. And I haven't really mentioned it to anybody. Um, like totally, she means well, and like we've talked since, and she's smiling and she's still flirting with me, but like I should have expected that, like to not be. It's just strange because at college, like you're never gonna get commitment. You're never gonna get that real relationship feeling, and so these short, flingy hookup things, like it just is so hard for me as a trans person because I need to disclose so much about my life before I even go there. Like I found myself that night with her wanting to talk all about my transition in my past, and I just didn't say anything because it wasn't the right scenario. Like this isn't my girlfriend. This isn't a girl that I'm gonna need to disclose everything to, and she doesn't need to know everything about me. This is just, something happening now, and that's just awkward for me because I'm trans and I have to explain my body, and I need to tell her that I'm transgender, and it's just putting me in this weird mental space because I am lonely, and I've never been single for this long, and I was in a really awful kind of flingy relationship last year that I don't even count as a relationship because I sold myself short. Like I didn't respect myself. I was so happy that somebody was attracted to me last year that I let her not treat me very well, and that was just like right coming out of transition. I don't know. I invested a lot again, and I told her things about myself, and it just kind of was not appreciated, I guess, in the end. So I don't want to sell myself short. And I don't, like, I need to have more self respect and gain that confidence back. And I thought I had when I came back here. But then getting back into the dating scene just throws it all off. And dating used to be so positive for me. Like, I am a relationship guy. I like making other people happy. I like being able to, talk about everything with that person and support each other. And I miss that. And it's just weird because I don't even know how to go about dating. Um, like, I know that she likes me for who I am, but then there's this whole body complex, and I haven't even been exposed to my own body really. And I think that when you get intimate with somebody, it exposes so much about your insecurities. And I was worried that this day would come when, like, I actually would be uncomfortable with my body. I am uncomfortable with my body more now than I have been in the past, I think, because it's so mixed. The fat hasn't redistributed in a male pattern yet. It's still like a mixed gender. If you look at my body, it's in the middle right now. And that's very, very weird for me. I have extra body fat all over the place, fat that I'm gaining like doesn't go to the same places. It goes more to my gut than it used to go, like maybe my thighs or something, or my chest. It's just strange getting used to this body and then having to kind of face it when it comes to relationships and still be proud of it. And you have to be comfortable with yourself to be relaxed with somebody. And I don't know, it's just strange to think about how far I've come in terms of like body dysphoria and how it's taken different forms as I've transitioned. And this will pass, my body will change and I'll get comfortable and I'll lose the weight that I've gained and I'll maybe get top surgery finally. And speaking of that, I had a weird dream about top surgery. But right now, I'm just not feeling that great, and I wanted to vlog about it because I'm not always peppy and I'm not always proud of my transition and I'm not always like the most enthusiastic person. And it hits me a lot sometimes. So anyway, I got my name changed to Seth legally. I haven't been able to change anything with the school because I got a job here and I have to go to the Social Security office, which is somewhere I don't even know. But I'm worried that I'll get a no match letter because my Social Security gender marker cannot change unless I've had surgery, and my gender marker at the college will be changed. And so I think, I don't know, things could get messy. And I don't even want to not be paid because I'm saving for surgery right now and I need surgery. So yeah, that's a little frustrating, but I'm hoping my debit card comes in the mail soon. And at least I got my name changed. I'm happy about that. So yeah, it's taking a few more steps. I didn't actually get my DMV gender marker changed because, long story short, I didn't have the right paperwork when I went to the office and I was flying out a couple days later. So I have to maybe fax that to them soon. But I have so much school stress, I just can't really deal with it. And it is irking me. Like every single time I go into somewhere on my college campus, I have to show my student ID, and it's an old picture of me, and it's an old name, and I have to explain to the post office lady that I'm transgender, and I have to explain to the lady in the bookstore that I'm transgender, and I have to tell every freaking person I don't even want to explain anything to that I'm transgender, and that I have an old name, and that I have a new name, and I'm so confident about it that I'm freaking pro at it. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's my birth name, like this is my new name, like the school is slow at changing it, blah blah blah. I know the speech by now, but it's like if I really think to how many people know that I'm trans who I don't want to know that I'm trans, it's ridiculous. Like I went to the financial aid office, I went to the registrar's office for classes. Like things just have to be said so much. It's ridiculous how often I come out to people. I don't want them to know. They don't need to know. It's awkward. I mean, people take it really well, and I know how to say it to the point where, like, they don't have a way to argue or be awkward, but it's just not something I want to do anymore. And I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life, but, like, I need to get my stuff changed at school. Anyway, God, I'm so positive today. Yeah, I'm just not happy with how dating has made me feel so weird about myself. Like I came back feeling so good from the summer and being around trans people in the community in Portland and being confident, and it's just so funny how like relationships and dysphoria and like trying to find out who you are through relationships can really mess with your head. So I'm staying positive. I think maybe I'll meet somebody or things will turn for the better. So